Oli the Goalie Tech Reviews here. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Sofabaton U2 Universal Remote Control. I have been using the Sofabaton X1 hub-based remote control for some time now, probably close to 2 months. Absolutely love it. And I was reached out to by Sofabaton asking if I would like to do a review of the U2 based on a review that I posted originally online on the X1, which by the way, I did on my own. I ordered that remote on my own. This remote here though, just for transparency, was provided by Sofabaton, but I have all abilities to edit and present the video the way that I choose, and they have no say in anything that's in the video. There will be a link in the description for both Sofabaton and the Amazon US to be able to order it. They have provided a discount as well for those that are interested in doing so. So let's get right to it. Let's open up the remote and then we will take a look at actually setting it up. All right, so let's get this thing going here. See if I can't get this working. So a little bit about the remote itself. Supports up to 50 devices. Complete IR code on the cloud, because you will see when I go to set this thing up that it's all done through an application, which is actually very cool. It has an advanced OLED display, customizable macro key. So not only can you do a power on of a particular product, but for an example, I have a TELUS TV box for watching my hockey. And whenever I go in to set up a recording, I have to go to channel 911 to set it up, which is one of the sports channels. With the macro button, I can just set it up so it presses 911, and when I hit that macro button, it just automatically goes to channel 911 without me actually having to type them in. So that's really handy. It's got customizable remote buttons, so you can take those buttons and actually change them and customize them to certain things. Again, for example, one of my buttons I have selected to be the skip forward on my PVR from my TELUS. And last but not least, a mobile app. And that mobile app is available both on Android and Apple as well. So there's the box. Pretty nice little package. I mean, pretty straightforward and simple. Let's take a look at what it looks like on the inside. Struggle with opening the box here. So the first thing you have is a manual, which basically talks about everything in the sense of setting up the device, using the learning remote function, Bluetooth mode, and starting to use. So pretty straightforward there. The remote itself, and nice to see, that's it by the way, nothing else in there. A couple of batteries. So why don't we start by putting in the batteries? So we'll do that. Get those batteries in there, and then I'll actually show you the remote itself. So let's do this and this. Oops. All right, so the remote itself is actually quite a nice remote. I have to say it feels pretty good. It does have the soft rubberized buttons, a little bit more rubberized than the X1 that I was using. They're somewhat rubberized, but they're also a little bit more plasticky feeling. These actually feel like they might be actual rubber buttons. And I gotta tell you, I like the feeling of this remote, of the U2's buttons, more than I do the X1. Let's take off this little cover here. Wow, it's on there, good. Once I've done that, you can actually see the display on the remote itself, which is very nice. I think it probably can get a little bit darker than what we're seeing there. You have your power button and your back button. You have a mouse toggle. This is quite nice. It's a little roller ball that allows you to go in between the settings on the actual remote and through the different activities and also the units that you're using. So that's a very nice feature as well. Then you have your standardized, up, down, left, and right buttons. You have your volume up and down, channel up and down, mute button, back. I do see that you now have the full number menu on this one. So back with the X1, that was one of the reasons why I had to use that, where I was doing the macro activity, because I couldn't actually use the buttons. So nice to see that the buttons here are here on this. I think that's actually a really nice addition. And then of course you have your TV main power button on the remote itself. The remote has a little bit of a groove in it, so it kind of fits nice in your hands. I have to say, so far, as I said, pretty impressed. Love the way that the buttons feel. I see that we have our programmable buttons here, which is a nice feature as well. And it says connect to the Sofabaton app on the display. So why don't we go ahead and do that right now. So we'll put this here and we'll bring up the phone itself. And we're going to go into the app. So I'll go to my Sofabaton, which of course I already have set up because, the fact that I'm using that X1. So we're going to go back here, connect to a hub. I want to do U series, so let's do that. So press and hold the two lower buttons at the same time until the screen reads pairing. So I will do that right now. Press and hold. Now it says pairing. And as you can see here, it has paired. That was one of the quickest pairings I've ever seen on any device. Pretty impressive. So let's go connect. And let's see what happens here. There we go, successfully connected. So now it's telling me on the screen to add a device on this. So let's go in here and do add. And why don't we, for argument's sake, let's do my LG TV, and we'll also do my Marantz receiver up in my living room. So we're gonna go infrared, we're gonna go searching, we're gonna enter LG for the TV, we're going to hit LG. So it is a 55 EC 9300. There it is. I'm going to hit next and complete. And it's just downloading the code for the system onto the phone and the remote automatically. This is really how incredibly simple this product is. If you look at all the way back to the early days of universal remotes, I mean, they were so difficult to set up. Even as early as the Harmony, or as recently as the Harmony remotes, which this X1 Sofabaton replaced my Harmony remote because the Harmony they had stopped updating the system and all these sort of things. I had products that I couldn't use, including my Jamgo N1 Ultra projector because it was a Bluetooth remote. By the way, this unit has the ability to do Bluetooth as well, which is fantastic. But as you can see, very, very simple. In fact, the longest time spent when actually setting this up is essentially the downloading of the information. But as you can see there, it's now completed. So now I'm going to go in here and I'm going to add another product. I'm going to add my Marantz receiver. So let's go searching and let's go M for Marantz. Marantz, and it's a 1403 NR. 1403. Next. Complete. And we'll let it do the downloading. So the app is actually done incredibly well. It works fantastic and really is a great application. When I first dealt with the Sofabaton with that X1, I wasn't really sure how well it was going to work because I hadn't really heard of the company before then. Of course, I was always paying attention to the Marantz because that's what and by the way, complete and done. So there you go. I've actually added both the LG TV and my Marantz receiver to the product. The one thing I wanted to look at was to see if there is anything about, let's go bright for the screen, and we'll do the remote timeout. We'll do for 10 seconds. Now, of course, that's going to eat up some of the battery, but I'm okay with that. Let's go back. Yeah, so back to what I was saying earlier. I had not really worked with or heard of Sofabaton before and was very pleased with how the remote works. It really does give you all of the features that you would need, say, similar to that Harmony remote, but in a manner of a very nice package. And again, as I said earlier, I have to tell you, I'm really impressed, actually. I can put this away because we've now finished with the programming. I'm really pleased with how this remote feels, even more so than the X1. The X1 is a little bit smaller. It's a little bit less bulky, but I love how this feels. I love the sort of these again, those rubberized buttons. I know that kind of sounds silly, but it is what it is. If I show you that screen there, trouble with that, but you get the idea. The screen actually now shows both the LG and the Marantz right on the OLED screen. It's actually nice and easy to see. It's pretty bright in here. I mean, of course, I've got lights burning out here to keep everything lit up properly. But it's really nice to actually see that as well. So when you look at all the buttons with the mute, that's a nice, obviously, feature to have your volume up and down, channel up and down, pretty basic, straightforward. You have your home button. And then, of course, you have your play, pause, fast forward, rewind, stop, and record. That doesn't get used a ton anymore, I don't think. I mean, besides setting up your PVR, that sort of thing, you have your red, green, yellow, and blue buttons. Those are the buttons that you can actually label to be really what you want. And in fact, there's a few more than just those. You can actually do quite a few of them in the settings. And then, of course, you have your numbers. Now, we will go actually back to the app because I want to show you how that works. So let's go back to here. Let's go into the LG. Here's where you can actually customize the buttons. And you see anything that is got the green on it, which in this case is almost everything, is an assign key. The orange buttons are macro keys. In this case, there aren't any done at this point. Learn keys and Bluetooth keys. So for example, if I wanted to take the red button and make it something that I wanted to change on the actual remote itself, I could go reassign remote key, learn from original remote, edit macro for this key, and clear this key. Let's say we want to do edit macro. So I can add more. I can say when I hit that button, I want it to be volume up plus, well, let's go 2 levels of volume up. And we'll go channel 9, 11 to give me my sports channel on my Telus box. I hit save, and it takes a second for it to load it in. And now you'll notice this button has changed from the green outline to the orange, indicating that it is a macro key. So that is as simple as it is, even for reprogramming a button, but also for enabling macro. So what I've done quickly here is I've added an LG TV, a Marantz receiver, and a macro button. So I think what we'll do now is we'll go into my living room and I'll just show you how the product works in the sense of actually controlling my TV and my receiver. And then you'll have a really good idea for how this thing works. But from a basic, unboxing, first initial usage, I have to say, and here, let's close this up. I have to say that I'm very impressed again. I've had a lot of technology throughout the years. This has really come a long way, and we really have a great product that works incredibly easy and well, feels really nice in the hands, gives you the display that I originally wished my Harmony had. There was a higher up version that had that. But it's basically giving you this whole thing for, I believe in Canada on Amazon, it's $89. In fact, let's go take a look right now, just for argument's sake. So let's go here. I'm just going to turn the screen and we're going to go Sofabaton U2. There it is. So currently it is on Amazon for $84 with a $10 coupon, so 74 bucks Canadian. I think that's like 12 bucks US. So how can you beat that? You can't. Remember the day where it used to cost you $100 and it was a basic remote that didn't have a display, that was very limited to the things that you could do? This thing now gives you literally everything you need, including Bluetooth, in a really reasonable and fair price, and it can be delivered to your front door by Tuesday. How can you beat that? Now, again, as I said, I'll put a link in the description for both Sofabaton's website and for the link to order it on Amazon.com, the US version, which you will get a better price for. All right, so now we're in my living room. I've got my remote in my hands, and we are going to give it a shot. So what I do is I roll to the unit that I want to control with the little toggle roller here. So let's go to the LG TV, click on it, and there it is. Of course, I can do channel up and down. I've got it set to HDMI input because my kids watch their Amazon Fire Stick up here. So if I hit channel up, it's not going to do anything just because of the fact that it doesn't have that. What if I go home? There is my home display as well. So I can actually do everything that I would normally do with my other remote on this Sofabaton U2. So fantastic. Let's turn this one off. And now let's go to the Marantz receiver. And turn that on. And again, because of the lighting, you probably can't see it, but I will zoom into that. And you can see that the Marantz receiver is on. And it allows me to indeed turn up the volume and turn it down. So everything that I would need it to do, controlling right from the remote itself. So there you have it, guys. It doesn't really get much more straightforward than this. The reality is this is a fantastic remote that does exactly what it says it does, and it does it in a really great and easy way to set up. I absolutely love it. I think the U2 is going to replace my actual X1 remote, but we'll kind of see how things go. But for anybody who just wants to pick themselves up a universal remote that does the trick, that works well and is really working great, this is the way to go. And again, as I said, how can you not beat it for the price? It's a fantastic product, great communication with the Sofabaton team. Really thrilled that I had this opportunity to do this video and work in collaboration with them. And I look forward to you guys watching the video. I want to again just thank you for watching my videos. It still blows me away that you guys take the time to do that. If you enjoy my videos, please click on the subscribe and the bell icon, the notification, and also comments. Please tell me if what you like or don't like about the remote or any of the other things like in regards to my video. Once again, hope you guys are having a great day, having a great weekend, and thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.